For first-degree murder, right, for the charge of first-degree murder, the operative word is premeditation. So to the extent that he was riding around with the gun in the car so that he could leave Cheesecake, immediately follow her to a gas station, and then shoot her, suggests, or at least could suggest, and I'm sure District Attorney Kevin Steele will say this, suggests that he planned on killing her that evening if things did not go his way.
Hey, it's your boy Tony Amore of Urban Crimes TV, and I'm back with another video. But before we get started, can you please take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that I'm able to bring you the latest information concerning crimes that plague urban communities across America. Now let's get started. 31-year-old Tamara Cornelius, a Philadelphia native, was a loving mother of 3 with one on the way as she recently found out she was 14 weeks pregnant. She was described by her family and friends as having a heart of gold and would do anything she could to help someone else. But sadly, at around 10:22 p.m. on April the 8th, 2022, Tamara would become the victim of domestic violence when she was shot several times by her alleged ex-boyfriend, 38-year-old Rafiq Thompson of Philadelphia. In a statement made by the Upper Marion Township Police Department, they stated that their investigators, along with the Montgomery County Detectives Bureau, revealed that Rafiq and Tamara were previously in a relationship. Investigators said that Rafiq had texted Tamara 93 times and called her 21 times between April the 4th and April the 6th, which she did not answer. But on April the 8th, Rafiq texted to invite Tamara out to dinner, and she replied with several phone calls between them. Now, according to police reports, Tamara and Rafiq did agree to meet at the Cheesecake Factory restaurant in the King of Prussia Mall. It was said that the two were engaged in a contentious conversation as the waiter was bringing out their food, but Rafiq stormed out of the restaurant. This happened around 9:42 p.m. At that time, Tamara was said to have requested for the food to be boxed up, and she paid her bill. Shortly after, she exited the restaurant and proceeded to the Exxon gas station just across the street from the restaurant. Surveillance video shows Rafiq following her in his vehicle with his lights out.
Domestic violence scenarios, Alex, are always the most tedious kind. They're volatile, they're unpredictable. As I understand the story, these two started off, at least the evening, at dinner, and that, erupted into this.
Well, he also had called her 93 times and texted her like hundreds of times.
Sure.
So she kind of capitulated, said, all right,
yeah,
I
she wasn't
understand.
answering at first.
Let's go meet at Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, sure, not to suggest this was
a date.
Right, Valentine's Day dinner. Of course not. Of course not. It's really a very sad story, very tragic story. The fact that she was pregnant only compounds things.
I know.
And they believe he knew that she was pregnant.
That may have been the impetus for his fury and all those calls and all those text messages and the constant legal word harassment that he was bestowing on her.
And this is how it ends up. So they leave Cheesecake Factory, and it seemed like maybe she thought it was resolved. And she goes to pump gasoline. He followed her there and shot her.
That's when the unthinkable happened. Rafiq approached Tamara as she was pumping gas. They had an exchange of words, and he proceeded to shoot at her, striking her 4 times as she was running away. When police and paramedics arrived on the scene, they found Tamara lying in the parking lot, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was transported to Paoli Hospital, where she was pronounced dead a short time later. In an emotional statement made by her longtime friend Davita Wells, she said Tamara would help anybody. She loved people and she loved her kids. She always talked positive about everybody. Her cousin LaToya Cornelius said that she just bought her first house. She was doing so good and was going in such a positive direction. It's so sad that this had to happen when she was thriving in her life.
He's wanted for shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend at this gas station on the 100 block of North Gulf Road in King of Prussia around 10:30 Friday night. Upper Marion Township police say they found his ex, Tamara Cornelius, lying in the parking lot and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was taken to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead. Investigators say the two met and talked briefly before Cornelius went to have dinner inside the Cheesecake Factory restaurant. After her visit to the restaurant, she drove to this gas station where police say Thompson followed her. As she was pumping gas into her car, police say Thompson shot her multiple times as she attempted to run away.
Yeah, I'm shocked, absolutely. I mean, you don't hear about those things happening in KOP like that.
The president and executive director of Women Against Abuse tells us when individuals are in the process of leaving, that can be the most dangerous time.
Domestic violence is all about power and control. And when that individual feels that they're losing that sense of control, things tend to escalate.
District Attorney Steele of the Montgomery County Courts said that this violent criminal is safely behind bars due to the great work of the Upper Marion Police Department and Montgomery County detectives. I want to thank the public for the many tips we received, which put a spotlight on the defendant, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Cornelius family at this sad time.
Family and friends planted flowers and plants in an Overbrook Park in honor of 31-year-old Tamara Cornelius, whose nickname was Myra.
She was just such a beautiful person. When she came in the room, she just light up the room.
She would help anybody. She loved people. She loved her kids.
Rafiq Thompson was said to have been on state parole at the time of the incident and is currently being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, person not to possess a firearm, possessing an instrument of crime, and related charges, and is being held at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility without bond. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for April the 25th, 2022. Well, that's going to do it for another episode of Urban Crimes TV. And to the family of Tamara Cornelius, her name will never be forgotten. May she rest in peace. Again, if you're new to my channel, please take a quick second to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Remember, no one tells our stories like we tell our stories. You be blessed.